Okay, guys, we are back. This is Challenge Bros presenting another Smash Brothers Project M video hosted by Paradigm Gaming.
Alright, so this time we've got Takeshi again. This time he's fighting against Blue. And you're gonna see in this movie, or in this video rather, a really just excellent match. Like, just frankly, I don't even have any better words for it. It's just excellent.
Yeah, we really don't want to spoil anything. I mean, it's definitely worth watching. This was definitely a great matchup between the two.
So, what we got here to start off is Kirby versus Toon Link, and we're gonna watch them X out some stages right now.
Now, I would like to point out, it's actually kind of a surprise, because Clash Tournament, they released a tier list not that long ago. And Toon Link, he was at the bottom of the tier list.
So, we're about to find out. Is Toon Link really supposed to be there, or maybe does he deserve a little bit better placement?
Well,
the biggest problem with him is his lack of good recovery.
yeah, I agree with you there. I think his recovery really hurts him. But another thing I want to talk about is actually the tier list. The tier list, from what I understood, they were taken in as votes. It's not actually observed data.
Right.
So how concrete are these tier lists exactly?
Yeah, it's really hard to say, but I would say that it's probably mostly based on usage. If you took a look at them, you're going to see Fox and Falco near the top, and I think it's mostly because people are going to want to play with the people they know are good. Toon Link's never been straight up bad, but just compared to Fox and Falco, who've had their time in the limelight, you know, he just doesn't compare.
Yeah. Well, anyways, let's take a look at this match. Blue gets an early kill on Takeshi with that hammer. That hammer is really strong on Kirby.
I think the thing that really helps it is the fact that it hits twice, so people will often dodge the first one and then just get hammered by the second. Kirby's punishing pretty well. There was a whiff on that down air. He's getting Kirby right off with that up B, followed by a good up smash. Kirby's just trying to dodge projectiles for now.
Yep, Toon Link is using of his projectiles really well. It's a good spacing tool. And these guys are out for blood.
Yeah, you can definitely tell. Granted, Kirby's up a life, but it doesn't really matter too much when you're at 117 damage and the other opponent's only at 34.
It never matters how many lives you got. As long as you're still alive, you get a kill, man.
It's true.
Still using that hammer. That hammer is so useful.
It is.
And it's a pretty damn fast attack, too, actually.
That was a really good up B by Takeshi. He managed to get him twice, actually. Once to kill him and another time to punish Kirby for trying to get too close. A good up B, again, to keep Kirby off. Inevitably, he's just going to get in there and start, you know, throwing if he lets him. So it's a good thing for Takeshi to just keep him away.
Good down air from Takeshi. Like, it's really hard when you think about this, but when you watch this kind of matchup, Kirby, I believe he's pretty solid mid-tier, right? Mid to high tier, right?
Yeah, I think it was something like that. Honestly, one of the things I've noticed with Kirby and Project M, especially in this installment, he is like the combo king. Like, I don't know if there's anyone in the game that might be better at just making solid combo strings than Kirby is.
Especially in the air.
Oh yeah, absolutely, and especially against large opponents.
What a trade!
That was a trade indeed, and it's a reset, as a matter of fact. So they're at the same stock with the same amount of life. Totally fair. Final destination, no items. Good luck to both. But see, look right at that. Like, Toon Link isn't like a big target or anything, and he's not particularly heavy or floaty. And Kirby managed to get a quick 98 damage without getting touched.
I think that just simplifies things. That Kirby, he just dominates in the air.
Absolutely.
It just shows how powerful he is as an air fighter.
Alright,
But
that was a really good spike by Takeshi. It has a sweet spot for those that don't know, and it's just crazy good if you happen to get it over the edge.
Yeah, I mean, he just killed Kirby at 34 damage.
And with Toon Link, nonetheless. We're not talking about Ganondorf's stun. We're just talking about Toon Link.
I don't think anyone saw that kill coming.
I know. Alright, well, they're still going at it. It's still very even, 50-60. Let's see here. Alright. I think this is where we've got, yeah, they're still just going at it. It's just still so even.
Oh,
But that
what a
smash
kick.
just ended it.
What a kick. That was a good first match. That was really close, but
Oh, yeah.
Blue gets the first match.
Alright, so what does Takeshi do? He switches to Marth. Probably a good decision on his part, if you ask me.
Marth seems to be a favorable pick against Kirby because Marth has, well, pretty much whatever range Kirby has, Marth seems to outrange him there.
I think the other thing is he also capitalizes on it because tip is so important when playing Marth.
Tip is extremely important when playing Marth.
And so being able to not only hit Kirby before Kirby hits him, but to be able to hit him with the sweet spot, that's just brutal.
Yeah, so let's see how Takeshi makes use of it.
Marth is another one of those characters like Fox and Falco. They have more than earned their spot.
Yeah, they have quite the reputation in tournament play.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Definitely a good amount of Marths in the tournament scene.
But Kirby's still holding up really well. He has more damage than Marth right now, but, I mean, Marth isn't exactly a killing machine. He either kills at, like, below 75 or, like, above 150. So...
Well, what makes you say that, though?
Well, I mean, Kirby's a light character. He's at 120 now, and Marth still hasn't killed him.
That's true. Is it because of how mobile Kirby is? I mean,
Kirby definitely has great air mobility. He's not as fast as I'd like him to be, but he's certainly, you know, very good at, you know, just outmaneuvering people.
And that up air.
Yeah, it's an excellent finisher, I've noticed. It's not quite like a Fox somersault, but, I mean, you take what you can get, right?
And Takeshi counters it with his own forward smash. Ties it up, back to 0-0.
Yep, these resets, and they happen often in this matchup. Not this matchup, but just these two players. These players are very, very familiar with each other. They know each other's tactics.
It should be noted that these two are actually training buddies. I mean, they're like the best of friends, and they play against each other almost every day. So
that said, if I had ever fought Blue, which you've probably already seen in the other video where I fought Takeshi, it probably would have ended about the same way. Blue probably would have killed me exactly the same way that Takeshi did.
Well, in your defense, I think Blue would have killed almost everyone at that tournament.
That's true. So very good spike by Marth.
That's a hell of a reversal. That whole time, Kirby was dominating Marth. Like, Marth was at 141 damage, and he just couldn't seal the deal. Marth, he countered it with his own down air that spiked Kirby, and that's a hell of a counter.
Now this is basically a reset. Like, being at 21% when you're Kirby and you can just dodge forever, like, that's a pretty good place to be. Especially because you can just keep getting in there. But Marth is still doing exactly what I think Takeshi wanted. He's still getting in there, and he's getting about the same amount of damage in on Kirby that he could have ever wanted.
Oh, he makes it back. That's a surprise. Oh, and Kirby
misplays
misplays there.
He whiffs on the spike, and then he gets punished. Just simply cannot get back.
Definitely not something you want to do, especially during a tournament match.
Alright, so he looks like he's getting a little bit skittish. He's trying to pick his fight very carefully. He's down to his last stock, and he's still got to take out two of Marth's. So he's got to play carefully, although he still has to be aggressive.
Well, he's definitely picking his hits, and it seems like the moment when he gets aggressive, he gets in there. Like, he doesn't stop.
See, one of the big tools that I think Kirby has that really helps him is his dash. Is so good.
It's definitely an improvement, I can tell you that.
Oh, yeah. You compare it to Melee Kirby, and it blows the old one out of the water. His new ability to dash and then just chain it into something different, like, you know, an up tilt or an up air, it's so versatile, and I think it's a very good tool for him.
Oh, and what a forward smash. That's a tip.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely a tip. And Takeshi ties it up 1-1.
Unfortunately for that self-destruct, because, you know, if he didn't kill himself there, that could have been a different game.
Yeah, but things happen. Things happen.
That's what I always tell myself.
Takeshi switches to Mario.
I'm not entirely sure what the strategy was behind this. I feel like Marth was still the favorable matchup, so he didn't have too much of a reason to switch.
I mean, I feel like Mario isn't an uncomfortable pick, but I would say, you know, since you just took the last match with Marth, now, you know, these two are familiar with each other, but still, I would say Marth would have an advantage, especially especially compared to Mario.
So, they're taking out counter picks, and it looks like they're going back to greens.
Kirby's home turf.
Any idea why he might want to go back there besides it being Kirby's home turf?
For green, if I had to venture a guess, the platforms definitely help, well, both characters in this case when doing combos. Another thing that might be also a factor in the outcome of the match is Wispy. Wispy, sometimes he'll blow wind in the middle of a fight, and that could push opponents, maybe even push them over the edge, as he's doing right now.
Yeah. Alright, well, Mario's got a very early, solid lead over Kirby at 97 damage to 19. I don't know how exactly that comes about so easily. Both characters are remarkably well-rounded. So it's not like there should be like an innate, advantage for Mario.
But Mario's definitely making good use of his fireball. He's definitely using it as a spacing tool and just racking up that little bits of damage.
A lot of people have said, and I think I actually agree with it, Mario's fireball might just be the best projectile in the game.
You really think so?
It might be. Just consider it for its versatility. Like, it can, keep people from approaching you, so it plays a good keep away game, much in the same way that Tiger Kneeing does in most fighting games. You also have the ability to, hinder recovery for most other characters. It's just a very well-rounded projectile. It's very unlikely that it'll kill something, but very good spike by Kirby. But yeah, going back to Fireball, like, it's just a very good way to rack up damage and keep your opponent at bay.
I do agree. I do think it is a very strong projectile, especially in Project M. They definitely gave Mario such huge improvements, and he's such a more solid character in this game.
Yeah, I think that's really even just all what he needed. Like, he just needed more kill power, I think. Because, like, he had all the good moves. They just needed, more power.
I agree,
yeah.
I agree, yeah. In a way, it's kind of like they combine Mario and Dr. Mario together in Melee. Ah, ironic.
Alright, well, Kirby now has terrifying access to what I just consider the best projectiles in the game. Let's see. I mean, he's still getting in there. Good down smash by Kirby. Let's see. And another good forward smash, too. Mario's trying to recover. Down B is a pretty good way to start it off.
And a good spike. That's
Excellent.
A great spike. Blue manages to tie it up.
He's still at the disadvantage, though. 67 damage. It's kind of like that middle of the road there, where on the off chance you get hit by, like, the worst possible thing, it could kill you, but...
And look at that jab reset. Tried to go for another one, but Mario techs out of that one.
Alright, looks like he just missed on the grab. He was going to dash and grab it.
And look at that. Blue tied it up just like that. And then Mario kicked him away.
Yeah, these games, I mean, they can change in the blink of an eye. It's not unheard of for somebody to be behind by like 2 or 3 lives even, and then just come back out of nowhere. I don't know what it is. Like, sometimes it's just like you get in the opponent's head and it just takes you that long to do it, but...
It could be.
Yeah.
Now, something I really would like to point out that Takeshi, I think he's doing fantastically, is back to the fireball. The fireball, every time when it hit, it would have such a good amount of hit stun that he would follow it up by walking up to him and doing down smash. And I believe that's how he got 2 of his kills this match.
Mario's down smash is also remarkably fast. I don't remember where I heard it, but I do believe that it's been said that it has like less than like I think like 3 or I don't know if it was less than 4 or something like 4 frames.
I have no clue, honestly.
I
I know it's fast, but I have no clue.
It's fast though. Like, it comes right out. And Kirby's in a really bad predicament here. He's at 89 damage on his last stock, and he's still got to go through 2 Mario. Well,
Up 1 Mario now. And now, even though Takeshi, he has the lead, he's still playing really cautiously. Still using those fireballs as a spacing tool. In Kirby, he's being really careful himself. I mean, he's at 107 damage.
He can't afford not to be careful.
Exactly.
He has to, because this is a tournament.
Exactly.
Alright, very good back air. It's another good improvement Kirby got was the change to his up B that can make it work more like a forward B in some cases. The fact that he can act out of his up B if he's using it horizontally makes it an excellent offensive tool, because if he whiffs, or if they block it and then they try to act out of their block, all he has to do is do like a back air or an up air or even just a neutral, and he can really hit them. But just like that, Kirby's actually basically even the odds again. 80 damage on Mario.
I wouldn't
and
say
141
that.
on Kirby.
I wouldn't say that. I meant Kirby could die in one hit. Mario, not as much. It
Not
looks
as
like he's
likely,
gonna survive.
But you can still die at 85 damage.
Yeah, just saying it's kind of unlikely, especially from Kirby.
I don't know. There comes a point where it acts sort of like terminal velocity. You hit 122 miles per hour. Miles per hour, and then after that, just forget it. Like it doesn't matter. After that, wind resistance kicks in.
Well, back to the match. Right now, doesn't really matter because both of them are in killing range right now.
Absolutely.
And these two are going really carefully.
They are out for blood.
Yeah, the next hit could potentially end it off.
It will decide it.
Oh!
A good back air, but not quite enough. And
Oh, what a reversal!
That was a reversal indeed. The cape missed, and then Kirby was able to back kick him.
And Blue takes it. Alright guys, so that was the end of that match. I hope you guys enjoyed.